Yes. Boy, you got it up, don't you? That worked.
Y'all pretty good. I didn't have to say nothing. This time, I'd like to call the June special presentation meeting to order. I'd like to welcome each and every one of y'all here tonight, and thank y'all for coming out. This time, we're going to go to Resolution 2A, 2026-032. Councilman Elgin.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. It's my honor to read this resolution into record. It's Resolution 2026-032, a resolution recognizing the Crescent High School softball team for winning the 2026 South Carolina Class 3A State Championship. Whereas the Crescent High School softball team representing Anderson County and the Star Iva community with distinction captured the 2026 South Carolina High School Class 3A State Championship. And whereas Crescent secured the title by defeating Hanahan in the championship series by scores of 9-8, 12-7, finishing the season with an outstanding 30-4 record. And whereas this championship marked the 20th state title in the storied history of Crescent softball, reflecting tradition of excellence built across generations of student athletes, coaches, families, supporters. And whereas, under the leadership of head coach Jeff Kraft and his staff, the team displayed skill, toughness, discipline, and a no-quit spirit, repeatedly battling back in the postseason with poise under pressure and bringing great credit to Crescent High School, Anderson County District 3, and Anderson County. And whereas, it is fitting that Anderson County pause to commend these student athletes for the achievement earned through the years of hard work, teamwork, and competitive excellence, and to celebrate a victory that has brought pride to their school and community. Now, therefore, be it resolved that Anderson County, in a meeting duly assembled on the 16th day of June 2026, does hereby congratulate Crescent High School softball team upon winning the 2026 South Carolina Class 3A State Championship, commend head coach Jeff Kraft and the coaching staff for their leadership, and extend to the players and their families and the entire Crescent community its warmest congratulations and best wishes. Put that in form of motion.
Have a motion, have a second. Ms. Wilson, any discussion? Councilman Elgin.
Ladies, just want to thank y'all for being here first and for the good job that you did. I also want to thank the parents in the room. I know this is it's a year-long around thing for everybody, so we know it's just not a couple of months out of the year. It's been all year sometimes, and we appreciate the parents for sticking by y'all and for playing good and coming back. Now, I went to BHP. My wife went to Crescent, so I know y'all beat BHP, but my wife also went to Crescent, so I know about the long story and I know all about softball from years. And again, as it says in here, y'all carrying on a long tradition of softball and winning this year. So just want to say I appreciate all of y'all, appreciate your hard work. Parents, coaches, everybody in our community, appreciate all of y'all too. Thank y'all.
Okay, anyone else?
Mr. Chairman.
Councilman Davis.
I'd just like to say congratulations to you young ladies. Outstanding job. Crescent has a history of championship softball, girls softball. Let me put emphasis on girls softball. And again, congratulations to you guys. Let's win one next year. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Ms. Wilson.
Boy, I tell you what, y'all raised them right around Star and Iva. It's just amazing. Year after year, y'all produce the very best, and even in the nation. So our hats are off to you. Congratulations.
Thank you. Anyone else? I just want to say thank y'all, congratulate y'all, the parents, coaches, the administration for supporting them all these years and everything. And y'all ain't just making the community proud, y'all made Anderson County proud. So I know that some of y'all ain't all from down there. I know one little girl I know ain't from down there. So I appreciate what all y'all have done. It's from District 5, so I want to appreciate that. And I think she's the one that brought the championship home. We appreciate what all y'all done and everything. And sure do thank y'all. And it's something y'all can't never take away from me. Thank y'all very, very much. All in favor of the motion? So the motion carried. Nancy, all y'all step up, your families and all too, coaching staff, administration. That will conclude this part of our meeting. We'll reconvene here to start our regular council meeting at 6:30.
Okay.
I call the regular Anderson County Council meeting of June 16th to order. I'd like to welcome each and every one of y'all here tonight, and thank y'all for coming out. First of all, we'd like to all rise, please, for invocation, pledge allegiance, Honorable Councilman Glenn Davis.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Let us pray. Heavenly Father, we just come before you, thanking you that you're God of mercy, you're God of grace. Father, you tell us in your word that if we acknowledge you, you will direct our path. And God, we look for guidance. We thank you for all the many blessings you've bestowed upon us. Thank you for leading and guiding us, God. Bless each and every one within the sound of my voice. Bless all the residents of Anderson County. Be careful to give your name the glory, the honor, and the praise because you are so deserving. It's in your name we pray. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Are there any corrections to be made to the June 2nd minutes of the council meeting?
Yes, sir. There was just one that I found, and it's on page 14, line 6. The speaker was Chris Sullivan and not Cindy Wilson.
You make motion to say it with
Make
that
the
change?
motion that we accept the minutes with that correction noted.
Have a motion, Mr. Wilson, have a second. Second, Councilman Glenn Davis. All in favor of the motion, show of hands. Opposed, like signs, motion carries unanimously. We're on now to item number 4, citizens' comments. Mr. Harmon calls your name. This first go-around is on agenda items only. You have 3 minutes, and please address the chair, please. Mr. Harmon.
Mr. Chairman, first speaker is David Shalaby.
Good evening, Dave Shalaby, District 4. Listen, I'm here with a couple of my friends. We all just won our primaries, but I wanted to kind of discuss a little bit about my general concerns. I know we're going to be evaluating a few of the fee in lieu of tax deals tonight. I know some of those are between 30 and maybe 50 years. Some have maybe one job. Some we have jobs between $15 and $16 an hour. And I'd like to express my concern and many of the folks that I represent's concern about these deals. And we're not against growth. We're not against creating, we trying to entice companies to come to this area. But there's a lot of questions of as far as what are we giving up for these fee in lieu of tax deals, and how much are this costing the taxpayers for 30 to 50 years, and what are we getting for it? So what I hope for is you would consider, and I've done this before, I've said this before, we have a moratorium on fee in lieu of tax deals for at least another 6 months until the next group comes on board and we can evaluate what these things are going to do to our future taxpayers in the county, because obviously we're talking possibly 2 generations of taxpayers will be paying for these deals. I'd like us to not give fee in lieu of tax deals to companies that are already here. We've already made the investments. They should make their own investments going forward, and we should be very careful on where we actually give them in the future. We should have a strategic plan on the kind of industries we wish to bring to this county, in which case would authorize a fee in lieu of tax deal. So thank you very much for listening. Appreciate it.
Mr. Harmon.
Mr. Chairman, next speaker is Linda Simborski.
Good evening. I'm Linda Simborski, District 4. And Thank you for listening. I want to expand a little bit on what Dave Shalaby had to say. I would like to say, first of all, that there's no law in the state of South Carolina that requires any local government to hide the name of or location of an applicant who is applying for a fee in lieu of taxes. Fee in lieus on the agenda tonight lack transparency and that you keep promising to us. No ordinance or resolution should be passed tonight or any other night when you have no idea of who you are voting on or what you are voting for. These fee lieux have a lifespan longer than most businesses. No fee lieux should last longer than 15 years. Then it should be reassessed. It is ludicrous that you would consider awarding a fee lieu that supports only one job. One of these fee lieux is stated exactly that. Council always stated that the purpose of the fee lieu was to promote employment and job creations. I can't see where this one particular one is doing such. Special sources are a slap in the face to your taxpayer citizens. They should be deemed or considered directly with these monies and directing them to road maintenance instead of giving back to the business. I see no effective clawbacks on these lost taxes if the company does not meet its stipulated agreements while still doing business. I only see a very weak attempt for the county to try and regain lost revenue if the company goes out of business. There is no stipulated required bond that would help to protect the county's loss of revenue if the company does go out of business. It's expected that the taxpayers will absorb that loss. And also, the South Carolina does have a law that allows citizens quiet enjoyment of their homes. We deserve to know and want a say as to which industry just might reside on the land next to our neighborhood or our farm. The applications for the Project Flat Rock, Project Health, and Project Next are very suspicious of a hyper data center. We ask for a moratorium tonight on all data centers. Other counties have done it. Anderson can too. Don't be left behind, please. Thank you very much.
Mr. Harmon.
Next speaker is Brian Shanahan.
Hi, good evening, Brian Shanahan, District 1. Congratulations, Chris. I'm here in support of Ordinance 2026-032 to add new Division 8 titled Conservation Subdivision Standards to Article 3 of Chapter 24, to further amend Chapter 24 to remove references to conservation subdivisions and other sections of Chapter 24 and other matters related thereto. Thank you.
Mr. Harmon.
Mr. Chairman, no one else has signed up.
Thank you, Mr. Harmon. On item number 5, agriculture classifications, Councilman Jimmy Davis.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Are the Browns here by any chance? No. Okay, this is a situation where we've actually voted before where the agricultural classification was missed on TMS number 188-88-06-007, and this was an oversight that should have that the property owners missed the cutoff, and we've done this from time to time to help citizens out that were not aware of the rules, and this is definitely ag use land that should have been put in ag use in the first place. But I bring this in form of a motion tonight to change this back to ag use and to allow this to happen. I put that in the form of a motion, Mr. Chair.
Second.
Have a motion from Mr. Jimmy Davis and second Ms. Wilson. Open floor for discussion. All in favor of the motion, show of hands. All opposed, like signs. Motion carries unanimously. Moving on to item number 6A, ordinance third reading, 2026-025, ordinance to amend ordinance number 99-004, the Anderson County zoning ordinance, as adopted July 20th, 1999 by amending the Anderson County official zoning map to rezone plus or minus .59 acres from industrial park I-2 to Highway Commercial District C2 on a parcel of land identified in Five Forks Precinct shown in deed book 12535 at page 209. The parcel further identified TMS tax number 119-00-17-007. It's in District 4. It's been a public hearing, and when we speak this matter, please step forward, state your name and district, address the chair, please. Anyone at all? Seeing here none, we have a motion to move this forward.
So moved.
Second.
Motion, Mr. Sanders, second, Ms. Wilson. Floor for discussion. Seeing none, all in favor of the motion, show of hands. Opposed, like signs, motion carries unanimously. Moving on to item, second readings, ordinance 7A, 2026-027, ordinance to adopt the operating capital budget for Anderson County for the fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2026, and ending June 30th, 2027. Councilman Sanders.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, fellow council members. Before you from the last time, we had a bare bones budget stripped down. I know that I've been meeting with our finance department. Several council members have been meeting with them. We have a finance committee meeting coming up June the 17th, 16th? 19th.
19th.
Yeah, and with this budget, we've identified cuts to allow for the following: the continuation of the sheriff's pay plan, the 2% cost of living raise for employees. It provides for the state of mandated 27 new positions for the detention center, for the jail of $1.6 million. If approved on third reading, we would have increased the sheriff's department by 72 new positions since 2020. It provides a debt service for the detention center. It keeps funding level as the same as 2026. Be no increases in solid waste fees. Since 2009, this council has decreased county millage by 0.2 of a mil. And as we come into the finance meeting, we'll get through, we'll have a third reading on a final budget that I will not support, and I think several of my council members with no tax increase. So just putting y'all where we at.
Make that motion.
Put that in form of motion, sir.
Have a motion, have a second. Second, Councilman Chris Sullivan, open floor for discussion.
May I?
Ms. Wilson.
I hope we'll be able to go through line items Friday, and there are several ideas that we need to address in order to have money for roads and bridges, which we have a $10 million department, and they're doing all they can with what they have. But without raising taxes or having the 1% sales tax that we've stood aside for the schools to take, it would be very prudent of us to, through our budget ordinance and each individual fee in lieu of tax agreement, to change the formula in favor of the counties.
In place that we've discussed, and
Pardon?
we have something that we discussed with the finance department that I like and support the idea. I think Mr. Sullivan has met with them as well, and we'll discuss that Friday and any other
So
matters. that
you're in
you-
support of that notion?
And yes, ma'am, and
Okay,
we'll
good.
discuss any other council members that have questions or concerns. If you can't make the meeting, get them emailed out to us. Also, Mr. Sullivan does a great job of summarizing, so I'll ask that Mr. Sullivan assist us in summarizing the entire meeting and make sure every council member has a copy, and anyone from the public that would like one.
Well, we have several fee in lieu of tax agreements for our consideration tonight, and it would not require renegotiating agreements. It would just simply change the formula in the county's favor. It seems like 60% going toward the capital renewal, infrastructure, whatever, would be a big help to the county and would help plug the holes. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Mr. Chair, if I may.
Councilman Jimmy Davis.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I just want to thank Ms. Rita Davis and Mr. Neal back there for the time I've spent with them working on the budget, and glad they're here tonight. They work diligently day and night sometimes to help us get this balanced budget out. It's a tough thing, especially when we've got great employees and a great staff, and to be able to support them. CPI this year, I believe, was at 2.7%. Is that right, Ms. Davis? 2.6. And so, taking care of our folks was my top priority, and not raising taxes along with that. But just to be able to take care of our folks here in the county, and to be able to, and most people don't understand that the state mandated these detention jobs, and we had to come up with the money. We can't open the jail without these positions in place, and we've come too far now to not open that facility, which we so desperately need. So, we'd all prefer not to have spent that money, but the feds didn't give us any choice. So I'm thankful for our staff. I'm thankful for our finance department. I'm thankful for our finance committee working so hard. And as always, it's been an eye-opening experience every year to work in the budget, and to come out of it again. Once again, council's working hard towards this with no millage increase, and I think that's admirable, and I appreciate all y'all's hard work. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Mr. Chairman,
Councilman Sanders.
I hear the fee in lieu, a lot of this in the 2/10 of a mil decrease since 2009, and some of the services that we were able to provide, and some of the services that we're able to provide and do, especially the 27 positions from the jail, would not have been possible without a tax increase, without fee in lieu. So I'd like to put that out there.
Thank you. Anyone else? All in favor of the motion, show of hands. All opposed, like sign. So much carries unanimously. Moving on to item number 7B, 2026-029, ordinance to transfer 2 parcels of real property located at 106 Big Street and 704 Lewis Street to Habitat for Humanity of Anderson County, and other matters related thereto. We have a motion to move this forward. Motion from
Second.
Councilman Elgin, second Ms. Wilson. Open floor for discussion.
Mayor,
Ms. Wilson?
this is a wonderful use of surplus properties, if you will, to go to Habitat for Humanity. It helps chip away at the affordability and the availability of housing in our county, and it goes to people who would otherwise not be able to have a home. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? All in favor of the motion, show of hands. Opposed, like signs. Motion carries unanimously. Moving on to item number 8A, ordinance first reading. Ordinance to amend, Article 4, Chapter 48 of the Anderson County Code of Ordinances to add definitions related to short-term rentals and other matters related thereto. We have a motion to move this forward.
Second.
A motion from Councilman Elgin, second. A motion from Councilman Elgin, second by Councilman Sanders. Open floor for discussion now. All in favor of the motion, show of hands. All opposed, like sign. So the motion carries unanimously. Moving on to item number 8A, ordinance first reading, ordinance to, 8B, 2026-030, ordinance to amend section 36-32 of the Anderson County Code of Ordinances to allow the Human Resource Department to review employee driving records and to establish a vehicle accident review board, other matters related thereto. We have a motion to move this forward.
So moved.
Motion from Councilman Elgin, second Ms. Wilson. Open floor for discussion.
Mayor?
Ms. Wilson.
Nothing to do with the substance of the matter. It's a good idea, but there is a little misspelling that we might need to correct. It's down in the third whereas. It is human resourced instead of human resources. So we'll just get it corrected.
You got it. Okay. Anyone else? All in favor of the motion, show of hands. Opposed, like sign. Motion carries unanimously. Moving on to item number C, 2026-031, ordinance to approve an easement for driveway entrances off Bulldog Road across real property owned by Anderson County, TMS number 011-03-04-003, to real property owned by Ms. McCurley. 011-03-04-001. We have a motion to move this forward.
So moved.
Motion from Councilman Sanders, second Ms. Wilson. Open floor for discussion. All in favor of the motion, show of hands. Opposed, like sign, motion carries unanimously. I'm sorry, you have something, you good?
Sir.
Okay.
If y'all are ready to vote on it, we're just here in case anyone has questions.
Okay, we're good. Thank you. Done the homework. Thank y'all. Moving on, item D, 2026-032, ordinance to amend Chapter 24 of the Code of Ordinances, Anderson County, South Carolina, to add a new Division 8 titled Conservation Subdivision Standards to Article 3 of Chapter 24 to further amend Chapter 24 to remove references to conservation subdivision and other sections of Chapter 24 and other matters related thereto. Councilman Jimmy Davis.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I just want to say a big word of thanks to staff for helping me work on this. This is something we've been working on for quite some time. We knew that there were some problems with the existing ordinance, the way it was intermingled and mixed in. So this actually helps us take it out and make it its own, make it stand on its own. But at this time, I'd like to make a motion that we move forward with this, and I would encourage you, each and every one of you, if you have ideas that you think about this, or as you go through this, you want to bounce some things off. We've got 2 more readings. Is it perfect? No, but it's a great step forward, and I appreciate your consideration on it.
Thank you. We have a motion on the floor. Have a second, Ms. Wilson. Open floor for discussion.
Mr. Chair, if I may.
Yes, sir.
At this time, I would like to amend this ordinance to add a provision that this ordinance is subject to the pending ordinance doctrine. I make that in form of a motion.
Say that again, please.
I'd like to amend this ordinance to add a provision that this ordinance is subject to the pending ordinance doctrine.
Second.
We have a motion, Mr. Davis, Jimmy Davis, second, Ms. Wilson. Open floor for discussion on the amendment.
May I, very
Yes, Ms.
quickly, we worked on this about 5 or 6 years ago.
We're voting on the amendment right now.
Okay.
So that's all, we'll have to come back to the original motion.
Anybody, anything on the amendment? All in favor of the amendment, show of hands. So motion carries. Now, Ms. Wilson, we'll go back to the original motion.
And what we ended up with was considerably watered down, trying to accommodate everyone's interest and not be too stern about it. This, I think, will reflect more accurately the need for conservation development design that won't saddle the county with extra work and provide a more pleasant living environment for people who choose to live in that way. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Mr. Chair.
Mr. Davis.
I would like to add that one of the provisions in this, and I was glad that Mr. Harmon helped me work on this, is that the conserved land can actually be that the HOA for these conservation subdivisions can actually apply for a tax exempt status with our county office. And one of my worries was, with the land being conserved, if somebody didn't pay the taxes on it, they could end up in a tax sale. And I was fearful of what that might mean going down the road. So with this provision, an HOA can actually apply for this tax exempt status, and they can also apply to put this land into a conservation easement with groups like Upstate Forever and other groups. So there's opportunities in there for the subdivision to be able to deal with the land to where it's not problematic down the road. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Anyone else? All in favor of the motion, show of hands. Opposed, like sign. Motion carries unanimously. Moving on, number E, 2026-033, ordinance authorizing the execution and delivery fee in lieu of tax agreement by and between Anderson County, South Carolina, and the company currently known to the county as Project Flat Rock, with respect to certain economic development property in the county, whereby such property will be subject to certain payments in lieu of taxes, including provision of certain special source credits and other measures laid thereto. Mr. Nelson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of council. This project is actually a business-to-business proposition with an existing company that we have here in town, with an existing owner that has been a great corporate citizen. This particular project will bring $28 million in capital investment, 63 jobs at $39 an hour, with an annual average payroll of almost $5 million. This project, particular property, last year paid $39 in property tax. just this year, with just the purchase of the property, it'll pay $12,890, and then in years to come, we'll pay a substantial amount of property tax over that period of time. First year community impact, $23 million, and 30-year community impact, $177 million. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. We have a motion.
So moved.
Motion by Councilman Sanders, have a second. Second by Councilman Sullivan. Open floor for discussion. All in favor of the motion, show of hands. All opposed, like sign. So the motion carries unanimously. Moving on to item number F, 2026-034, ordinance to amend the agreement for development of joint county industrial business park, 2010 Park of Anderson and Greenville counties, to enlarge the park to include certain property owned by Project Flat Rock and other matters related thereto. Mr. Nelson, you have anything to add?
It's the same thing, and there's actually a project description in an additional document there about the company and the connection and who it's with for each council person.
Thank you. We have a motion to move this forward.
So moved.
Motion by Councilman Sanders, have a second. Second by Councilman Sullivan. Open floor for discussion.
Mr. Chair, if I may.
Councilman Jimmy Davis.
Mr. Nelson, can you go over exactly and let's talk about what happens if they don't meet those expectations and who regulates that and who monitors it and who audits it?
Well, for every fee agreement, we do an audit with the South Carolina Department of Revenue. Every fee agreement is mailed to Revenue as well as to the auditor's office and the treasurer's office after it's passed by council. But the property taxes, most people don't realize, are actually paid in arrears. So the capital investment amounts that are placed and come into being in any fashion are lagging behind for a year. But the fee agreement itself is based on the investment. If they invest $10 million in the first year, the fee applies to that. If they add another $10 million in the second year, the fee would apply to that. And then the same thing, they have a 5-year window to get that investment in the ground and get it completed. And then the full agreement would fall into place. But we review every document every year with the Department of Revenue.
And what happens if they don't meet it?
Well, so far, we hadn't had one that hadn't made it. We've have been able to have really good luck with really good companies. However, if they don't meet the particular investment amount or jobs creation amount, there's a clause in there that reduces the special source revenue credit. In some cases, it completely eliminates the credit, but sometimes it reduces it in half or down to 10 or 15% amount. And if they recover and get the investment in the ground or the jobs numbers in the ground by the end of the particular investment window, then they can return to wherever they are in the agreement. They don't get to collect any lost revenue or savings or discount. If they lose it, they lose it.
And the State Department of Revenue helps, they audit this as well?
Yes, sir. They come every year and sit down with us and the auditor, and sometimes Mr. Burns is there and sometimes Mr. Harmon's there. But we go through every fee agreement with every year with the Department of Revenue.
All right, thank you, Mr. Nelson.
And Ms. Wilson?
A question, what would it take for us to revise the revenue distribution clause in each of these agreements as per what we were just talking about by the second reading? Again, it doesn't affect the fee in lieu of tax agreement or anything. It's just a distribution of the tax revenues.
Mr. Harmon?
I believe that could be done on second reading with an amendment.
Okay, let's plan on doing that. Thank you.
Anyone else? All in favor of the motion, show of hands. Those light signs, motion carries unanimously. We're on to item number G, 2026-035, ordinance authorizing the execution and delivery of fee in lieu of tax agreement by and between Anderson County and South Carolina and a company known at this time as Project Health with respect to certain economic development property in the county, whereby such property will be subject to certain payments in lieu of taxes, including the provision of certain special source credits and other matters related thereto. Mr. Nelson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Members of council, there is a reprint of the document, this document that was in the agenda packet that was sent out because there was an error on page 8, which had omitted 395 jobs maintained, as well as on the summary page, which is, I think, Roman numeral 3 maybe, in the document. So the corrected copy is at your desk for each council person. This particular project is an existing company. This fee agreement follows the last agreement that we had with them, and they have agreed to maintain 395 jobs through the entire investment window, which is the next 5 years. This company came to us in 1998 as GNC, and has continued to grow and be a good community partner. Their capital investment of $31 million will generate 261. They paid $261,000 last year. This will add an additional $15,000, and over 34 years, an additional $1.7 million. Community impact, $1.8 million over the first 5 years, and 30-year community impact of $9 million. Thank you.
Thank you. We have a motion.
So moved.
Motion, Councilman Sanders, have a second? Second. Councilman Sullivan, open vote for discussion. Discussion. All in favor of the motion, show of hands. All opposed, like signs. Motion carries unanimously. Moving on to item number H, 2026-036, ordinance authorizing the execution and delivery of fee in lieu of tax agreement by and between Anderson County, South Carolina, and a company or companies known to the county at this time as Project Next, with respect to certain economic development of property in the county, whereby such property will be subject to certain payments in lieu of taxes, including provision of certain special source credits and other measures laid thereto. Mr. Nelson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of council. This is an existing company that is probably our premier industry. They are bringing a great project. It's a super fee level project. Minimum capital investment for super fee is $150 million and 125 jobs. They anticipate $300 million and anticipate 400 new jobs with an average pay of $27 an hour. That annual payroll is $21,600,000 new payroll to that company. That project last year paid $365,000 in property tax and anticipated in, well, this says 2026, but it's projected for 2027, an additional $97,000 over 54 years, $91 million in taxes. First year community impact on this project, $969,854,000 over 30 years, $8,490 million. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. We have a motion moving this forward.
So moved.
Motion Sanders and second by Councilman Sullivan. Open floor for discussion.
Mr. Chair,
Councilman Jimmy Davis, you want to go, Ms. Wilson?
I yield to Ms. Wilson, and I'll follow up if that's
Ms. Wilson?
okay.
No, I just wanted to point out, I had assumed this might be Electrolux, but it's a company that's of great standing in our county. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Jimmy Davis.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Nelson, when you say super fee, can you explain what super fee means?
Well, there are 5 kinds of fee in lieu of taxes. There are capital investment amounts for, in the first 3 kinds that are $2.5 million at a minimum and really no jobs creation required. Then super fee is a capital investment amount of, and all the others are a 6% assessment ratio. Super fee allows, if the capital investment amount is $150 million or greater, and they create 125 jobs or greater, it can qualify for a 4% assessment ratio, plus any additional special source revenue credits that might be applied, depending on the quality of the company and how council reviews or views the value of the company itself.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any more discussion? Councilman Elgin.
And one thing, I know you said they're existing companies, just so we put it out there, none of these are data centers. That's correct.
What now?
None of these are data centers, right?
Oh, yes, sir. None, no data centers. Nothing on the agenda is a data center.
Just want to put that out to the public. I know
And
you
Ms.
said they're
Wilson's
existing.
correct.
but-
This is not Electrolux. Yes,
Yeah. Thank you, appreciate it.
thank you.
Anyone else? All in favor of the motion, show of hands. Opposed, like signs, motion carries unanimously. Moving on to item 9A, resolutions 2026-033, a resolution approving and consenting to a transfer assignment by COI Anderson Phase 2-150 LLC to assumption by Big RGA VAMS Owner 1 LLC of certain existing fee in lieu of tax special source credit agreements in which the county is a party and other matters related thereto. Project Amelia. Mr. Nelson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is an agreement the council passed 4, 5, 6 years ago for the Van Trust Investment and Development Group at Exit 35. And this particular building is building number 3, which is, if you're looking at it, is the back right-hand corner. There's a company that, I don't know what this is their code name for their accountants, but anyway, it's Brennan Investments. They owned out of Chicago. They have an office in Greenville, but they have 604 facilities throughout the U.S., 57 million square feet of properties that they maintain and manage. And in upstate South Carolina, there are 8 particular buildings that they have, and this one will make number 9. But this is the Van Trust building at Exit 35, building number 3. There are no new incentives, no change in the FELO agreement, simple transfer of property and the existing agreement to the new company as provided in the agreement and by South Carolina fee law. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Anyone else?
I make a motion, we approve it.
Have a motion? Councilman Davis?
Yes, sir.
Have a second? Councilman Sanders, now before for discussion?
Mr. Chair, if I may.
Yes, sir.
I
Mr.
just want
Davis.
to say Van Trust has been a wonderful partner for District 6. We really lacked a lot of industrial and commercial growth up there, and Van Trust stepped in, and they bought the old Gertrude Muth estate up there after Miss Muth passed away, and they have brought jobs to Piedmont like we've never seen since the great decline in the Piedmont manufacturing mill closed. They have also proven to be a wonderful community partner with investments into the local volunteer fire department, and they have invested with Anderson County by improving roads, improving sewer, improving water lines, and they're still working on, and they've got a big road project coming up. This is a developer that actually took to heart what the community needed and put their money where their mouth was. And I appreciate Van Trust and their willingness to commit to Northern Anderson County. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Anyone else? All in favor of the motion, show of hands. Opposed, like signs, motion carries unanimously. Moving on to 9B, 2026-034, resolution authorizing the execution and delivery of an inducement agreement by and between Anderson County, South Carolina, and Project Flat Rock. Whereby certain conditions, Anderson County will execute a fee in lieu of tax special source credit agreement with respect to a project in the county whereby the project would be subject to payments of certain fee in lieu of taxes, whereby a project company will be provided certain credits against fee payments and reimbursements of investments and related qualified infrastructure and other matters laid there too. Mr. Nelson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This inducement agreement is simply a summary of the ordinances and all of the agreement that we've addressed
Just
already.
voted on.
Thank you, sir.
We have a motion moving forward. Motion from Councilman Sanders, second by Councilman Sullivan. Open floor for discussion. All in favor of the motion, show of hands. Opposed, like signs, motion carries unanimously. Moving on now to item C, 2026-035, a resolution authorizing and approving the partial assignment of a special source credit agreement by and between Anderson County, South Carolina, and Knowles LLC and other matters related thereto, Project Perry. Mr. Nelson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of council. This is a project that we passed in 2016, the council passed in 2016. It's ECP in the Clemson Research Park. And this is simply a father transferring the ownership to a son in his succession retirement plan. But anyhow, it's no changes in the, no new incentives, no change in the fee agreement, simply a transfer of property and the existing agreement as provided in the agreement by South Carolina statute and agreement itself. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. We have a motion moves forward. Motion by Councilman Glenn Davis, have a second.
Second.
Second, Councilman Sanders, open floor for discussion. All in favor of the motion, show of hands. Opposed, like sign. Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you for your support.
Thank you. Moving on to item number D, the resolution to direct the planning department to provide planning commission agenda packets to the planning commission members no later than 2 weeks before the meeting. Other matters laid there too. Ms. Wilson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. At the last Planning Commission meeting, they only received their packet Monday, and I've talked with a number of them over the years. It's helpful to get them by email, but it's more appreciated to get it in writing because they make notes and so forth, and they aren't having adequate time to go even look at sites, much less, they don't even have time to read it. So the Planning Commission unanimously voted at their meeting to request that they be provided their packets 2 weeks in advance. It will probably require us to reconfigure some of the deadlines. I know one of the concerns was from the planning department that the developers keep changing their plans before the packets received by the planning commissioners. But if they have them 2 weeks in advance, if there are amendments, they can be forwarded to them via email. But this came as a unanimous vote from the Planning Commission from Tuesday night. So I request that we go ahead and respect their request and do this for 2 weeks to give them the 2 weeks notification as they requested.
You put that form of motion?
That's the form of motion.
We have a second.
Second.
Second, Councilman Jim Davis. I'd just like to say, I think it would be prudent for us to put this in the committee and come back and look, because just what you said, the ramifications. We're going to pass something, and we don't know what the ramifications is going to be. We get this and have it, bring it up for next meeting. Now, then we'll know, that'll be way before the planning commission meets again, and we can have it, what it's going to entail about setting our other ordinances. We can't have this ordinance working against this ordinance, if that makes sense. Everything's got to be put in by a time frame. That's done by ordinances. I've been on the planning commission like that, so just my thought. Anybody else?
Making a motion to send it.
She's got the motion on the floor, so I can't do that. What's got? But let's bring discussion. Anybody else? Okay. All in favor of Ms. Wilson's motion, show of hands. We voting on to do this in 2 weeks. I got no problem. I just think we need to make sure we get our other ordinances in line this. I don't think it's too much to ask to do it by next council meeting. They ain't gonna have a planning commission meeting before then.
So would you table it till the next council meeting?
Table to the next council meeting. I'll put that in form of a motion.
Do what now? Say
Table it to the next council meeting.
at the next council
Yeah,
meeting?
the next council meeting. Then we'll have a committee meeting to get this straightened out about what it's gonna entail, what we need to do, and put it all on the agenda for next council meeting.
All right, I will withdraw my motion pending the evolving a good plan for that.
Next council meeting. Thank you.
Okay,
Appreciate
thank you.
it. Thank you. No action needs to be taken.
Can we get ours 2 weeks earlier instead of on Friday?
Moving on to item number E, Ms. Wilson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I learned much to my surprise that our Economic Development Advisory Board never sees any of our agreements. They are an advisory board to our county council, providing us their advice, and they're not seeing any documentation. So it seems very prudent that when we are provided documents as we were tonight, even though most of it came to us at the last minute, they should be at least afforded the opportunity to review documents. I know my district's latest appointee has experience in corporate law. She's not practicing now, but imagine the wonderful ability she would have to give us advice and point out some pros and cons and maybe help us to do a better job. But they're not being provided this information. So I'm requesting that we provide to every member of our Economic Development Advisory Board the documents that we receive in the same time span that we receive it, so they can read it and advise us. Thank you.
Put that in form of motion. Ms. We have a second. Second, Councilman Glenn Davis. Open floor for discussion.
Mr. Chairman,
Councilman Sullivan.
so just a couple things on this, and I think Ms. Wilson addressed it with the timing. I would think that now they would have to go into an executive session. I know there's private citizens that come and sit on the side of these meetings. I've talked to Mr. Nelson, so they'll have to be excused during that time. But I would prefer for us as a council to see this first and then let it be opened up to the next meeting of the advisory board. I don't know if the timing states that.
Well,
but
at
would
least
they-
before second reading.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
okay.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
isn't this, all this is in the agenda, they can pull a copy of the agenda, it's public anyway.
I don't think this is, Mr. Nelson, would you get up, stand, I don't think this is no big thing. It's just what Mr. Sullivan said. They'll have to probably require some executive session stuff, because some of the stuff is privileged, but,
Well, we've got it.
but I think most of them's been getting it happening, and the other thing is, they got to come to meetings to get it. Go ahead.
In every meeting that we have, usually night, Wednesday, we meet more than that block. So I go over the entire agenda with every one of them, talk about everything with them. As long as, and I think we probably need to talk to them about we have non-disclosure agreements. Non-disclosure agreements. So go into executive, we have citizen visitors from time to time. I sign a non-disclosure agreement. Some don't even come to the floor. And so, what's going on, feel the need to say so. And so, I don't have an issue following that, and I think it can work.
Yeah, I think it'd be good.
Y'all, let's clear the air here. What we receive in the packet is out for public knowledge. And our advisory board members should be provided those copies of what is in our packet when we get them. I'm not talking about all of this. I'm talking about the documents, the agreements. It just says project so-and-so, but it does have a lot of verbiage that needs to be vetted. And I don't see why there's such a big hullabaloo over
Well,
this.
Ms. Wilson, we all agreeing with you.
Pardon?
We all agreeing with you for getting there,
Okay,
I think.
thank you.
Any more discussion?
Mr. Chair, one thing.
Councilman Elgin.
I just want to say, and I think what the point is, after first reading, what they're saying is if they get all the documents that we have, not just what's in the packet, that's where the non-disclosure was coming in, that they'll be getting more information than what's in the packet. So basically, we're going above what you're asking for and basically trying to give them all information.
Well, I think it says provide proposed fee in lieu of tax incentive agreements. It's what's in the package. Thank you.
Thank you. Any more discussion? All in favor of the motion, show of hands. All opposed, like signs. Motion carries unanimously. Thank you, Mr. Nelson. Your team. Moving on to item number 10, approval of Pendleton Branch Library land transfer. We have this form of a motion. Motion, Councilman Sanders. Have a second. Second, Councilman Davis. Open floor for discussion. All in favor of the motion, show of hands.
A minute, this is the
I'm sorry.
library, this is the
Yep.
library gift.
Yep.
And I did have a couple of questions, if you
Okay.
don't mind. So there's no potential need for this little wedge of property for a library expansion?
There's no potential need. In between this area, there's actually a historical site, and so there's no use that we can
Okay,
have for it.
that's all I needed, thank you.
And the library board voted to approve this also. I'm not sure if that was related to you.
Thank you.
Now, all in favor of the motion, show of hands. All opposed, like signs. Motion carries unanimously. Thank you, Mr. Jordan. Moving on to item 11, approval of relocation of Duke Energy facility South Carolina 86 and Old Winston Road. We have a motion to move this forward.
So moved.
Motion by Councilman Jimmy Davis, second Ms. Wilson. Open floor for discussion. Mr. Burns.
Mr. Chairman, they're opposed that we need to move all the work that we've done up there on that intersection, and AdMed, that's where the new facility is, and that intersection is blowing up. There are some light poles that were put there by Duke Power. They have to be moved. And thanks to good Senator Richard Cash, he's going to supply the money that will allow us to pay for this to happen.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Mr. Chair,
Yes, sir.
I just want to say I'm thankful for AnMed. I mean, I'm thankful for quality health care in Piedmont. And AnMed has invested well over $1 million in that road improvement up there. And these poles, way back when South Carolina, when 86 was a county road back in, I think, the late 30s, early 40s, the poles had right-of-way, and when it got transferred to the state, then we didn't anticipate having this problem, but we do, and these poles have to be moved for the state to finally repave 86 from Highway 81 to 85. So this has kind of been a holdup and a thorn in my side for quite some time. I'm thankful for Senator Cash for providing helping us with the funding to make this happen. So thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Anyone else? All in favor of the motion, show of hands. Opposed, like signs. Motion carries unanimously. We have a motion going to executive session. Motion going to executive session, taking legal advice.
Second.
All in favor of the motion, show of hands. Opposed, like sign. Motion carries. We'll be back in a minute. Okay, we come back to session.
Mr.
Wilson,
Chairman,
you want to make a motion?
may I make the motion that we come into session having been in executive session to receive legal advice subject to the attorney-client privilege involving Planning Commission appeals, Falcon Real Estate, Lending LLC, Von Hollen Investment LLC, Boyette Properties, Inc., Garnett Land Development Corporation against our Planning Commission. I'll put that in the form of motion.
We have a motion, Ms. Wilson, second by Councilman Sullivan. All in favor of the motion, show of hands. Opposed, like signs, motion carries unanimously. Moving on, request for council members. Councilman Jimmy Davis.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. From the District 6 Special Appropriation Account, I'd like to allocate $500 to the 3 and 20 Fire Department and make that in form of a motion.
Second.
Have a motion from Councilman Davis, second by Councilman Sanders. Any discussion? All in favor of the motion, show of hands. All opposed, like signs, motion carries unanimously. Moving on to Councilman Sanders.
From District 4 Special Appropriations, I'd like to request the amount of $500 to 3 and 20 Fire Department. I put that in form of a motion, sir.
Second.
Have a motion from Councilman Sanders, second by Councilman Jimmy Davis. Any discussion? All in favor of the motion, show of hands. Opposed, like signs, motion carries unanimously. Moving on to Councilman Glenn Davis. Moving on to Councilman Elgin.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. From District 3 Special Appropriations Count, we'd like to ask to donate $2,000 to Star Fire Department. Put that in form of motion.
Second.
Have a motion from Councilman Elgin, second by Ms. Wilson. Any discussion? All in favor of the motion, show of hands. All opposed, like signs, motion carries unanimously. Councilman Sullivan, you have anything?
Nothing at this time.
Ms. Wilson, you have anything?
Nothing, thank you.
Okay. Moving on, Administrator's report.
Nothing at this time, Mr. Chairman.
Moving on, citizens' comments. Mr. Harmon calls your name. You have 3 minutes, and please address the chair, please.
Mr. Chairman, no one has signed up to speak.
Moving on, remarks, council members. Councilman Jimmy Davis.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Just want to thank the county staff for a wonderful day on the Saluda River. The Saluda River Rally was held, the 16th Saluda River Rally, and we had close to 200 people float the river and enjoy a great day on the river, and we got to take out at the new Piedmont Riverfront Park thanks to support from council. So I just want to thank everybody for a great day. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Councilman Sanders.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just want to recognize our finance department and thank them for all the hard work that they've done. I also want to thank some of our departments who've made sacrifices in order for us to accomplish what we need to accomplish in the budget. And also, I think Mr. Sullivan forgot my $6.99 you were supposed to appropriate to me, but we'll put that on next agenda. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Councilman Glenn Davis.
Nothing at this time, sir.
Councilman. I'd just like to recognize Judge Sharp being here tonight. Thank you for coming out. And also, we got a scout back there in the back. What scout troop you with? Troop 84. We're glad to have you here. Appreciate it. I know it's Scout Week, ain't it? They're coming up? Yep. Appreciate it for y'all coming out. Councilman Elgin.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just want to again say thanks to the Finance Committee, all our county staff. I know it's been a long couple of weeks, and just appreciate all the work they've done. I think they've already left, but and Judge Sharp, appreciate you being here again. Thank you for taking your time to visit with us tonight. Thank you, sir.
Councilman Sullivan.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I did want to first off recognize our Finance Committee and our Budget Committee, and Councilman Sanders is amazing on this process. I don't think people will ever give him the credit how much money he saves taxpayers with what he does and the work he puts in with this budget process. So kudos to you for that. And I also just want to take a minute to recognize Wes Grant that served on our planning commission that just resigned this week. When I came on the council, I was told the worst job in Anderson County, bar none, is the Anderson County Council chairman job, and the second worst is the planning commission chairman job. So I appreciate him willing to put his neck out there and do what was right, and for his years of service on that committee.
Thank you. Ms. Wilson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I appreciate our finance department, Mr. Sanders and Mr. Sullivan also, and we'll hopefully sharpen our pencils Friday. I'm trying to get us together for a Planning and Public Works Committee meeting. We do need to evaluate and update the noise ordinance, maybe lower the decibels, address the sign ordinance enforcement and cumulative effect of concentrated runoff due to development. Mr. Batson is looking at the various aspects of that. And We also need to do a reform of some of our processes. For example, most people don't know that big buildings, like manufacturers, don't go to the planning commission, don't come to county council. We do need to, and some of the special exceptions, it's the same thing. They need to go through a process and have ability to have some community input. And since I got blamed for all the bad stuff in my district, we've got to look at some way of addressing that. And also, I'm going to request that we have a data center moratorium for at least enough time, maybe 3 to 6 months, to put something in place, because it looks like there may be one coming in my district. All the needs are right there, and it's a big block of land. So I'm hoping we can get this in order and do things in as clear and efficient, appropriate way as possible. Thank you.
Thank you. I think on the special exception, a few of those things, I think Code Right's working on that and got some pretty good ideas when I talked to them last. I just want to thank, again, the Finance Department for what all they do. It's been every year, and all during the year they do a great job. And I also want to echo Councilman Sullivan's things, the job Wes Grant done. Thankless job on Plan Commission. I served on it for a few years. And especially now, it's even worse than what it was. And it's a thankless job, and I think you've done a good job for us and appreciate it, and hope he has a good future. Council be dismissed.